I decided to record all Fauré music written for solo piano in 2020. When you go through the complete works of a composer, it might be that you fall on some pieces that are a bit less interesting, completely normal. But with Fauré, 57 pieces written for solo piano, and I could not find a weak one. It's funny because I would never have thought to record the complete works of a composer. I would not see myself just recording some pieces that are less interesting just for the sake of recording the old pieces of a composer. But in that case I said, oh, first of all, the quality is amazing from the first piano opus to the last, and you can see an amazing progression for the pieces he wrote when he was young to the pieces he wrote in his late years. An incredible progression when you can really follow this man's evolution, the evolution of his philosophy of music, the evolution of his sensitivity and how he translates it into sounds. And I didn't want this complete works recording to be like an anthology, like a monument to Fauré. I wanted it to be an adventure, a journey, and that the listener can feel invited in this, like feel closer to this music and feel the evolution of it. That's why also I decided to put the pieces in a chronological order, so you can really feel the progression as one dramatic line, like summing up 50 years of his creative work. I chose to record Fauré music on this wonderful instrument made by Stéphane Polello. He's one of the few piano makers of our time. Everything is special about this instrument. It has nothing to do with any other instrument. I would dare say that Stéphane really invented, created everything here. For sure, as a pianist, you have to adapt to that. You cannot just come to the piano and play as you are used to. It's another world. And I like this. I love to be challenged. When I discovered the instrument with these added keys on the right and on the left, because it has 102 keys, I started exploring it like improvising. I can start from the middle and you have this sound so special about the bass that made me want to explore more. Really, I would say that I really discovered the instrument when I took the risk to record on it. My technique actually as a pianist changed. With this piano, everything sounds naturally. You really don't need to overplay. You just need to play and get used to the fact that almost without doing anything it sounds. And at the first it's very disturbing, but then it becomes marvelous. I see passion in this music. I see violence in this music, even in the softest moments. There is also a charm that is like almost a state of trance, almost being under a spell. And this you can hear it in many pieces of the Fauré piano music. It's wonderful when played in concert, but it invites you in an inner world. It's not just sending you like fireworks on your face. It doesn't come to you. It invites you to come to it. I would really like to tease the listener's curiosity with this recording. There are a lot of things in this music that you cannot find anywhere else. Fauré has some aspects in this music that are very modern, how he uses harmony, for example, but he did it softly, and I like it. I like the idea of being soft, revolutionary. I would love the listeners just to pick one piece, and maybe just one moment of a piece that would reach their heart. and stay there. And then maybe from this they could have the chance to pull the string from that and open other dimensions of the Fauré music to explore more. He was a great composer. Not only a composer who did some nice things in a time where there were other geniuses that made much nicer things, but who realized that he really managed to create his own musical world with all the emotions you can imagine in his own language.